Hey everybody, John Van Dyke here for New Jersey Exposed. Today is Friday, February 5th, 2022. Time is 11:43 a.m. Very rainy, cold, miserable day today. And just let people know, in case you don't follow my Facebook, I'm getting over the virus. Kind of hit me pretty quick. Got me on I came down sick on Monday night. Tuesday I was kind of off my feet. Wednesday I woke up, got better, had the cough, and it just sort of diminished as time went on. Today I got up and I actually feel a lot better, but I still have a little cough and congestion. So anyway, I've been spending my time thinking how I'm going to handle this video. This really is not, it's about the NYPD officers that were shot and killed in New York City, which is a tragedy in itself, and I don't advocate anybody hurting or shooting a police officer or anybody on the job minding their business, doing the right thing, okay? So let's just get that disclaimer out of the way. I do not advocate this. I don't have anger towards police or I want to see them get hurt. I have issues with them because of the way they behave, but no way, shape, or form do I want to see any police officer get hurt doing his job correctly. Now, let me move on now. So the other day, there was this whole officer thing being, these two officers dying in New York City, it's been quite a thing. I mean, on all the Facebook pages of police departments around here, they all sent officers up to New York City. The whole New York City was just one big blue uniform going on over there. They had helicopters, they had like 7 or 8 police helicopters fly down over New York City. It was quite a scene. But it gets on to what I've been talking about, police. My cop friend there, the cop that the high-ranking official that I have a friendly relationship with, I don't want to say we're best friends. We have a friendly relationship. I could stop by and say, hey, how you doing? He'll call me up and say, how you doing? And we'll offer each other's views. We have a discussion, not a debate, which is great. And that's what I like about my friendship with him, is that we can express ourselves without getting bent out of shape and getting into an argument, because I appreciate his point of view. But one of the things I've been saying about law enforcement is, he tells me, well, police get into the job because they want to help people, they want to help the community, and yeah, maybe there's some validity to that. I'm not going to take that away. But what I see, my observation, and this is what I'm good at. I'm good at observing things. I watch people and I see the BS. But one of the things I have noticed about police, the law enforcement community, is they want to be viewed as being special. And I think that's one of the big reasons people sign up for that job. Besides the fact that it pays well, they sign up for this job because they want to be special. They want you to look at them special. They want to be treated special, because they feel they are special. And when you get stopped by a cop and you invoke your rights, you are questioning that specialness of them, that authority that they feel they have. They can't handle it because you're not looking at them as being special. So the cop stops you and says, hey, I'm not giving you any of my ID. You haven't articulated a law I broke. And they get all bent out of shape, and then they escalate and they try to arrest people, because we are questioning their specialness. So they want to be special. So you take that special thing and apply it to what has happened recently. And one of the arguments I had posted is, you signed up for this job. You knew what you were getting into when you signed up for it. You know that you're a government official. You're out there to take people's freedom away, to enforce government laws, impose government laws that maybe you and I don't necessarily agree with, but we have no control over it. So you have this unhealthy relationship. When you're an officer, you have a very unhealthy relationship with the public, because on one side, yeah, maybe you are helping somebody. There's a car accident, he comes over and performs CPR or puts a tourniquet on your arm or something like that. He's helping, but and the other flip side of the coin, he could be putting that tourniquet on you and then putting the handcuffs on you because you were drunk or something like that. So it's a very unhealthy. It's you know, it's one extreme to the other type of relationship that an officer has with the community. But you sign up for the job. It's like somebody who signs up for the military and wants to be special forces, goes out there, next thing he takes a bullet in his head. Well, yeah, but dude, you signed up for it. So what I'm saying is, yeah, I feel sorry for these cops. I feel sorry for the family. I feel sorry for anybody who loses a family member tragically like that. But we also have to keep in mind that you signed up for the job, so don't give me your guilt trips about how bad your job is and how dangerous your job is. Because I don't personally think their job is that dangerous. Yeah, they got to get into some situations, but in my observations, they create a lot of the problems. And, you know, there's a saying now, there's no situation the police can't make worse. And I have plenty of videos on there. I give you that young girl that was having a mental problem, and she had her 2 kids, and she had a knife, and she's out somewhere in the street, and she started running at the cop who could very easily run away. For instead, the cop shot her and killed her in front of the kids. And you look at that and go, you know, prior to them showing up, it was just some nutty woman out in the street yelling. Now she's dead. And me, I get the, oh, you know, you got a tough job. Well, if it's so tough, don't sign up for the job. And you hear, oh, we got to give them more training, more training. How much fucking training are we supposed to give them? Because it seems like every time somebody gets hurt in the community, all we hear is, well, we're going to give the officers more training. You need to train them to stop escalating. You need to train them to stop hurting people. You need to train them to stop acting from a fear-based point of view. And I take that idea from James Justice. He pointed that out, that the training is fear-based. That you shoot first and apply for qualified immunity later. And that's really, he hit the nail on the head with that they're trained. They are trained to shoot first, to kill you. And in some respects, I think, because I always say cops lack empathy, that in some respects, they get their nut off. Men get their nut off on this stuff, these sociopaths, of shooting somebody. You know, wow, I can kill somebody. I can watch them die, bleed out, and I'm not going to get in any trouble. If anything, all my constituents around me are going to pat me on the back and give me the sympathy factor. I'm not buying it, people. Okay? Now, let me, where the hell did the phone go? Here it is. So, here's another story came out the same time that these officers were killed and died. Okay, I don't know how many of you out there know, but in New York City last week, a 19-year-old girl who worked the late shift at Burger King was shot and killed in a robbery. She gave the guy the money, and he turned around and he popped her. So here's the story right here, the latest one of the stories. I'm going to read it. It's a very sad story. This is East Harlem, Manhattan. A wake was held Tuesday for the 19-year-old woman shot and killed while working at a Burger King restaurant in East Harlem. Inconsolable friends and family at Crystal Bayron Naives gathered at the funeral home at East 104th Street to say goodbye. She was always happy, trying to make a change for the better. She wanted to work to buy a car and go to college. And my understanding is that she went back to school and got her GED or high school diploma. So this was a girl that was trying to make positive steps in her life, to change her life, the direction of life. A friend, Nelly Figueroa, explained Bayron Diaz had complained to her manager at Burger King that she wanted a less dangerous day shift and was moving to that the next week when the teenage cashier was shot and killed. Ain't that a bitch? You finally take steps to get off a dangerous shift and you end up getting killed. At gunpoint, the teenager had quickly handed over cash but shot anyway. That was her last week working the night shift. She was scared and said that she didn't want to go to work that day. Cousin Melissa Quiles said, It's just heartbreaking. All who knew her described Baron Nieves as a hard worker who was saving to buy a car and applied to nursing school. Baron Nieves moved to New York from Puerto Rico with her mother and younger brother 2 years ago. Friends brought balloons spelling out Baron Nieves' name to the wake. Services moved this week to Puerto Rico for the funeral. So, it's very sad. And there's another story, and I'm going to get to the point why I'm reading these stories. It's coming up. Here we go. He helped family of slain NY cab driver speak out after suspect's arrest. And this came out on October 18, 2021. It's on ABC 7. There it is right there. So let's read the story. Fort Greene, Brooklyn. The family of a cab driver fatally shot in New Rochelle last week is speaking out after the man suspected in murder was arrested in New York City following a shootout with police officers. It happened Sunday in Myrtle Avenue, blah, 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 blah. The FBI had been keeping watch while searching for 52-year-old Purcell Lamont Ross and blah, blah, blah. Authorities said no one's injured in the gunfire that Ross, blah, blah, blah. Heart and broken. Everyone here in Rochelle knew my dad, the 30-year-old outside Express City taxi where he faithfully served. He was a hard-working person, friendly, respectful, and helped people with everything they need. Investigators say he shot Velza twice in the parking lot of Julio's Caters on Main Street where small memorial flowers. Security cameras captured the moments late Sunday morning when Ross stepped outside the NYCHA complex and exchanged gunfire with police, blah, blah, blah. So, what I'm getting at is... There are dangerous jobs all over the place. These are people, I get so tired when I hear about what a dangerous job they got. You know what? Go sit in a taxi cab on the midnight shift for 8 hours to get back to somebody. That's dangerous. But you don't hear the taxi cab drivers getting up there and whining and crying and demanding sympathy and everything else. No, you know what they do? They put 2 feet in front of them and they go do what they got to do to make a living, to support their family and put food on the table. Then you got this young girl here, 19 years old, working midnight shift. I don't know any girl in their right mind gets up in the morning and says, you know what? I'm going to go to Burger King, work the midnight shift because I think it's a great job. No, she took that job, no doubt, because she needed the damn money. The money was probably more for working the midnight shift, and she got shot and robbed. These are people who got shot, got killed because they were doing their job. Police get shot and killed for 2 reasons. One, they're out there doing the job. They're having a shootout with some nitwit. And 2, they're getting shot and killed because people don't like them. That's the bottom line. There are nut jobs out there that don't like them. And guns is not the problem, people. Nut jobs is the problem. We have an epidemic of nuts out there. And unfortunately in this country, you don't get any mental help until you go through the criminal justice system first. That's the problem here in America. You can take all the guns you weigh, enact all the laws you want. Laws only apply to those who abide by them. Nut jobs don't abide by it. Now, you probably say, well, Gunnison, why are these nut jobs? Why do people hate the cops so much? Well, you put on the news. I responded to a posting by Michael Savage, and he talked about how, I'm doing a lot of free thinking here, people. He put a thing on the other day about how anybody shoots a cop should get the death penalty. Well, what about if the cop is trying to kill you? Should a cop get the death penalty? And he also said cops should get a 50% raise in their pay. And I had to attack him, go on and say, no, this is what's going on. Every day in America, in the news, there's a cop being arrested. And I'm going to show you something here, people. If you look right here, this is just a small portion of it right there. These are stories that I've been saving. And what I've been doing, as I did in the last video, I just put the headlines up because I'm not going to do all the videos. So every day I go and I check, and there's a story about a cop somewhere in the United States getting arrested for hurting somebody, for raping somebody, for child abuse, for the spousal abuse, downloading child porn, having sex with animals, robbing, beating people up. The story goes on. I have a gazillion videos out there. Go look at them if you don't know what I'm talking about. And nut jobs, it's like you and I, we're rational people. We look at it and go, wow, that's terrible. These police are really doing some bad things. But we don't act on it. Nut jobs look at that stuff and they go like, oh, I'm going to get these cops. I don't like them. But this goes on every day in America with cops getting arrested and doing shit. And then you got the bootlickers out there trying to gaslight everybody and say, well, you know, they got a tough job. It's the criminals that are doing all this stuff. But they don't want to have a conversation about all the bad crap cops are doing to us. We get excuses all the time. I had a conversation with a lady the other day, and she's talking about Aberdeen Township. They put something on there, and she says, oh, you're all this, you're all that. And I said, well, what about Officer Santiago? Is he a hero? He got fired. And she got back, and she's very nice. I didn't attack her or anything. She's very nice. She said, well, there's good and bad in all professions. And the way to respond to that, well, in their profession, they hurt people. And they cost taxpayers money, and they're rarely held accountable for what they do. And that is the difference. So if you get any of these bootlickers who want to pull that crap on you, that's how you respond to them. Because every other profession, they're personally held accountable for what they do. With police, they don't. And they're hurting us across America. They're committing violence and crimes across America. But yet, we're supposed to sit here and hold them up on a pedestal. I'm sorry, people. I can't do it anymore. I'm done. I see what they do. I see what's going on. And one of the things that they're doing is, and I point it out all the time on their Facebook page, is they're constantly putting out crap about them with kids. Police, the Kitty Academy, ice cream with a cop, lemonade with a cop, you know, whatever it is with a cop. It's constantly out there. You know, they don't want to fix the problem in their community, so what they're trying to do is change our perception of them. And for the most part, it kind of works with those who don't watch the news and don't follow my channel or other people's channels, or don't go on like I do every day. I go and I check the news to see who's been arrested. And so they don't know. So they buy into all this crap. But for you and I and everybody else who doesn't, we don't buy into it because we know what they are up to. And it's not that I hate police. It's just that I know what the truth is. The truth is, they're not all these things that they say that they are. And the truth is that they are in denial, and they're not trying to fix their end of the problem. They're trying to fix us. And we don't need to be fixed. The cops need to be fixed. They need to change their culture. They need to clean their act up. Good cops need to be praised. Bad cops need to be weeded out. The blue line of bullshit needs to stop. Until the blue line of bullshit stops, cops are going to get hurt. Cops are going to get killed. That's just the way it is, because there's mental patients out there that are going to go out there and hurt them because they see what's going on and they don't like it. I don't know what more I can say. People, let me know what you think about this. Do police really want to be special? Are they really special? Should we feel sorry for them? Should we hold them up like that? Is it fair that they should send all these cops at taxpayers' expense to a funeral in New York City? While we get killed at our job every day across America, a 19-year-old girl gets killed doing her job, taxi cab drivers get killed doing their job. Where's the 8 helicopters flying over their funeral parade, huh? Where's their funeral parade? Where's the GoFundMe for that? You know, I'm sorry, I got a lot of rambling to do here, people. Hassani Best down in Asbury Park. I watched the video, the body cam video. They shot that guy point blank. They did a great job up to the last minute. And as usual, cop had to make the situation worse and pop the guy. Even though there's another cop standing there with a shield and everything else at their disposal, the guy kind of goes like that and backs up and he shoots him. Well, where's the GoFundMe? Where's the PBA fundraiser for that family? Nope. 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 Not a word. Not a freaking word. And the prosecutor's office will keep it quiet as possible. But this is what goes on, people. And they wonder why people are hating on them. And I saw a news story the other day. I didn't listen to it. It was on Fox News. It was about, cops are being hated across America. Words to that effect. There's a war against cops. Yeah, there's a war against cops. There's a war against the bullshit that they are perpetrating day in, day out, getting away with it, and trying to tell us, gaslighting, telling it it's us that's the problem. We are not the problem, people. They are the problem. Their culture's the problem. They're not fixing it. They're in denial. And it's only getting worse, people. Only getting worse. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I'm John Van Dyke. Till next time.